and welcome to Tuesday, March 29th yoga practice. As always, I encourage you to have your props available. I will give cues that will include the strap today, so if you don't already have it, you may want to grab it. And then we'll arrive in our easy seat, giving ourselves a precious moment to drop in, arriving in presence. So if it feels good to you today, you might bring your hands into Lotus Mudra, in which case the outer edges of our pinky or the heel of the pinky finger, the tip of the pinky finger, and then the side tips of the thumb come together like a lotus flower in front of the heart. And you might gaze into this center lotus flower space, the symbol of purity. And you might close your eyes, holding the Lotus Mudra in front of your heart, breathing deeply. And this week we are exploring Brahmacharya, which invites us to be willing to walk around, turned on to the wonders of life itself. Brahmacharya, non-excess. Enough is a feast. Taking one more breath, gazing into your Lotus Mudra, and then drawing the hands together for prayer mudra, inhaling deeply if you'd like to chant Om. On your inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Breathe naturally as you keep reaching as high as you can, getting as long through your torso as possible. Reach, reach, reach. And when you come to an exhale, take a gentle twist to your right and lower your hands down, keeping the spine long. Maybe drawing the chin back in space if you have a tendency to pull it forward. I was reading some old notes from massage training, and for every inch, our zygomatic arch, this arch in the face, for every inch that comes forward over our collarbones, that adds 10 pounds of pressure to our spine. So if that's not motivation for us to draw our chin back in space, keep the spine long. And when you're ready with an inhale, unwind your healthy spine, reach up. Exhale, take a gentle twist over to your left, letting the hands settle back down on the body or the earth. Sitting tall, perhaps drawing the chin or nose back in space so that the arch of our sinuses is stacked over the collarbones. Maybe you look over your back shoulder. Maybe you put a little space in your jaw. And with your inhale, slowly come back to center, reach up. And as you exhale, float your arms down, drawing circles with the wrists. Bless you, Toby. Cat sneezes. Let's make our way onto our spine. And we'll take some gentle reclined twists here. Beginning with both feet planted, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. You may stay just like this, or you may hug your legs in towards your chest and your mount. And after a breath or two, you can open your left arm out wide. Right hand comes to the left thigh. Full breath in. And as you breathe out, guide the left thigh all the way over to the right. And then let your legs begin to settle. You can keep your left knee pointed up towards the sky for more of a figure four stretch, or if you'd rather stack the left leg on top of the right, that's fine too. On your inhale, come back to center, unwinding your legs, and then cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Breathe here. And if you'd like, draw the legs towards your chest any amount. You might notice how your spine or how your back meets the earth. Notice if there's anywhere you can soften as you open your right arm out wide, left hand comes to the right thigh, breathing in, and breathing out, we guide the right leg over to the left. Notice how the hips shift, how the torso stretches, and you could keep your legs in this figure 4 variation or just stack the right leg on top of the left, any way that you like. Staying for a breath or two. And as you're ready, return to neutral. You're welcome to rock up like a little ball or roll onto your side. We'll meet in forward fold. And as you make your way to forward fold, you might shake and nod your head in slow motion. You might bend your knees a little more generously and sway side to side. Let your head be heavy for the next cycle of breath. And as you're ready, on an inhale, rise all the way up, reaching out and up. Exhale, draw the hands down through your heart center. On an inhale, arms by your side, palms face down, reach out and up. And when your hands are at about shoulder height, flip the palms to face the sky. Keep reaching up. And exhale, shower the energy down through the whole torso. Soften the knees. Imagine scooping earth energy as you draw it up, palms face down. Then continue inhaling, palms flip up, lifting to the sky. Exhale, rain chi down. So incorporating a little qigong exercise all the way down. Inhale, reaching out and up. Palms face the sky, gathering sky energy. And exhale, bring it all down to you. Pause to rest with the hands on the abdomen. On your next inhale, reach to the sky. Core engaged, long spine, fold forward. And as you land in Uttanasana, forward fold, you might bring your hands onto blocks if they're there. Otherwise, just walk your fingertips forward a foot or so. Bring your right hand to your sacral area, the low back, and open your torso to the right. You might keep your legs straight, or I like to bend the left knee here, keeping the right leg straight, maybe reaching the right hand to the sky. Imagine hooking the right hip back in space. One more full breath. And on your exhale, fold forward. You might bend both knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Bring your left hand to your sacrum. Open your torso towards the left. And here you can choose if you want to keep the legs straight or put a bend in the right leg. You might reach your left fingertips to the sky. Maybe you look up. Drawing the left hip back in space. Notice where you feel sensation. Notice how the breath feels. And when you come to an exhale, softly fold forward. If the strap is at arm's length, go ahead and grab that now. Putting a little tension in the strap. On an inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the spine, and reach forwards and up. On your exhale, bend the elbows, bring the arms back behind you, and be sure here that we're still lengthening the spine. Try not to splay the ribs forward, rather imagine knitting them in. On an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, twist to your left. Inhale to center and exhale to your right. If you feel wobbly in your hips or if this feels risky to the knees, then you can squeeze a block between the thighs, helping us keep our hips facing neutrally. And then twisting side to side. I do really like the block to stabilize the lower body. And then just moving with your own breath or in any way that feels good, explore the range of your spine when you're able to twist side to side. You can imagine the twist originating from your core, and that might make it a little smaller than if we let it originate from our head or shoulders. Every time you pass through center, you could imagine pulling the strap more, lifting up, always gathering more length. Just another twist or two. And coming back to neutral, release the strap. You can keep the strap handy. Just go through a quick flow. So inhale to reach out and up. Exhale to hinge forward. Hands touch down, step your right foot back and pause. And then step your left foot back in plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, sink your hips as your toes lift off of the ground, hanging cobra. Exhale, toes touch down and find your way to downward facing dog. You could also take child's pose here. 3 breaths or so. On an inhale, lift your right leg to the sky, look forward. Exhale, step or swing the right foot to meet the right thumb. Pause in this runner's lunge. And then big breath in, step 2, forward fold. Inhale to reach all the way out and up. Exhale, fold right back down. Hands touch down, step your left foot back. Pause. Plant your hands, step yourself into plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, find hanging cobra, sinking the hips, opening the heart. Exhale, toes touch down, find downward facing dog. Just 3 breaths or so. On an inhale, the left heel lifts towards the sky, look forward. Exhale, step or swing the left foot to the top of the mat. Pause for an inhale. And exhale, step yourself to forward fold. Grab that strap if it's there waiting for you. And inhale, rise up with a long spine. Just hold the strap in the left hand, hand on hip to begin. Shift the weight into your left leg, engaging the left gluteal muscles, and come to your right toes. Little pony stance. Stand really tall. Big breath in. And as you exhale, rotate your torso to face the right. And here you can reach your right hand back in space. Maybe look towards your right thumb. Notice if the right hip is pulling back, try to keep it shifted forward, just like when we had the block between the legs. And if this feels like enough, then stay there. If you'd like a little bit more, then you can unwind, so face forward again, lift the right toes off of the ground, and here's where you might start incorporating the strap. Keeping it still in your left hand. Hips squared forward, rotate the torso to the right, reaching back in space. And depending on how this is going, you might send your right leg long. Any amount is length. Wherever you're going, the real emphasis here is on anchoring down through the left foot, left leg, lifting through the spine, rotating through the torso. Another breath or two to explore. And as you're ready from wherever you took it, we will return to Tadasana, switching the strap into the right hand, then pausing for a moment. And maybe shaking it off however it went. Then start carrying the weight into your right leg, right hand on hip with the strap. Come to your left toes, anchor down through your tailbone, core engaged. Full breath in, and as you exhale, rotate the torso, maybe reaching the left hand back in space, maybe looking at that left thumb. Remembering that we only take things as far as we reasonably can, and that might be different for each of us. If this is feeling steady, then you might unwind to involve the strap, hooking it under your left foot, and then holding the strap on the inside of the left leg, returning to the rotation. Breathing deeply here. If you can continue standing tall, you might explore sending your left leg long. Both legs are really engaged and active here. You might notice one side feels easier or less difficult than the other. What does it mean? Keep breathing, keep lengthening. Another cycle or two here. And as you're ready, unwind. Return to Tadasana. You can set the strap down. Pausing to notice the experience. Good. Then as you're ready, face the wide edge of your mat if you like to do that for a wide leg forward fold. Inhale to reach your arms up overhead. Lengthen your low back here. Press into the pinky side edges of your feet. Keep breathing. Every inhale we reach up. When you're ready, on an exhale, core really engaged. Start to fold forward as if you're offering something to the distance. If it's too much with your arms out, then just bring your hands to your hips and fold all the way down, coming into a wide leg forward fold. Breathe deeply. You could sway a little side to side, finding movement if that helps you create space in the body. And then planting the hands under the shoulders, come to your fingertips, lengthening your spine. Shift your left hand right under your nose, right hand to your low back. Rotate your torso to the right, stacking the right the right shoulder over the left. And you can feel, hopefully, if your hips have shifted. So for a lot of us, it's possible that the left hip kind of shifted down and over. Try to bring them back to neutral. Maybe you reached your right hand to the sky. Imagine drawing the crown of your head away from your tailbone. One more breath in. And as you exhale, unwind, return to neutral. You could walk your hands back behind you, fingertips walking away from you between your legs. Maybe your head meets the floor, maybe not. Bringing the fingertips back under shoulders. Set your right hand or fingertips right under your nose. Left hand comes to the sacrum as you rotate your torso to the left. Notice if right away the right hip shifts down and in. Let's try to keep the hips neutral. That might mean that you don't go quite so far into the shape. That is fine. Lengthen the spine, crown pulling away from the tailbone. Maybe your left hand lifts towards the sky. There are so many options. None of it is required to be in the pose. Notice where in the body you feel the breath with your next inhale and exhale. One more breath in. And as you exhale, return to fold forward. This time you might bring your hands to your ankles. Maybe bring your peace fingers, wrap them around the big toes. Option to bend your knees, keeping your arms on the inside to help push the legs out wide. That way our knees don't cave in. Essentially in happy baby, but just flipped upside down. And straightening the legs, returning to wide leg forward fold. Pivot on your right heel so the right toes point forward. Bend into your right knee, setting yourself up for warrior two. On an inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana 2. Make the adjustments so your left toes point towards the top left corner of your mat. On an inhale, flip your right palm to the sky and reach up to Parita Virabhadrasana. Another full breath in. And when you exhale, cartwheel your arms down, extended side angle. Stay for a breath or two. And then pivot to high runner's lunge, dropping your hands to the earth. Keep your left hand planted as your right hand reaches to the sky, rotating your torso to the right. Now you can stay just like this, or maybe you step your left hand forward, stand into your right leg, coming into revolved half moon. So if you're exploring that, the left leg is lifting. Imagine lifting from the upper inner thigh. Core muscles are engaged. Right fingertips reaching towards the sky as best they can. Another breath to explore this. And as you're ready, set the left foot down, returning to this revolved high lunge. Exhale your hands back to the earth. Step yourself into plank for a breath. Exhale, find downward facing dog or child's pose, 3 to 5 breaths. From downward facing dog, we can all inhale to look forward, core muscles engaged. Exhale, step or swing the left foot to the top of the mat. Pivot the right heel down, and on your inhale, rise up to Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Making your adjustments, settling in, feeling engaged and supported through your core. Lengthen down through your tailbone. Shoulders are stacked right over the hips. Keep your lower body just as it is as you flip your left palm to the sky. Inhale, reverse warrior. Viparita Virabhadrasana. Breathing in, and as we breathe out, you can cartwheel the arms, extended side angle. Another full breath, really stretch the right arm alongside your ear. And then exhale, pivot to high runner's lunge. Keep the right hand planted as the left hand comes either to the left leg or lifts to the sky. Breathe in deeply, soaking up the sun here on 38th Street. You can stay exactly as you are, or bring your right hand forward about a foot or so and step into the left leg, coming into a revolved Ardha Chandrasana half moon pose. Lots of energy into both legs. If you're exploring this revolved half moon, then imagine lifting the right leg from the upper inner thigh. So that's some internal rotation we're working with in the spirit of keeping the hips relatively neutral. Keep breathing. As you're ready, if you've explored revolved Ardha Chandrasana, we could set the right foot back down and then set the left hand down. Return to face forward for an inhale, and exhale, step your right foot to meet the left, forward fold. On your inhale, rise up just to rinse it all out. And exhale, fold forward again. Sink your hips low and come to your spine. Roll onto your back. Open your arms out wide and just let yourself be for a moment here. And if this is hitting the spot, feel free to stay just like this. Otherwise, let's lift the knees, lift the feet off of the floor, stacking the knees over the hips. Stay here for a breath. And then exhale, let the legs fall to the right. Just a casual spinal twist. You might notice how the right hip is pressing into the mat, getting a little deep tissue massage in your gluteal muscles. If you'd like to, you could send your left leg long, your top leg long. Maybe you even reach for the pinky side edge of your left toes and then kick the left leg long, but that's only if you feel like being a little more active. And as you're ready, we'll return to neutral. Maybe shimmy the hips a little. And then with the feet lifted, knees over hips, breathing in. And breathing out, the legs fall to the left side. Noticing the left hip, the self-massage that you're giving. And breathing in this reclined twist, you might reach for the outer edge of your right foot or leg and send the leg long. Staying with your breath. As you're ready, when you feel even, return to neutral and send your legs long. Keeping in mind, if you know that you'd like to take a longer Shavasana, perfectly fine. If you want to go ahead and mute or click off out of Zoom. Otherwise, we'll rest here for just a few full, relaxing breaths while Toby serenades us. Breathing. As we explore Brahmacharya, the fourth Yama this week, we could think of it as non-excess. Just like Goldilocks, we're looking for not too much, which is excess, and not too little, which is deprivation, but just right. There is no need for more. When we are perfectly full, we know to stop. Having found the state of just right, we can enjoy it and be in the moment with it, fully aware and in awe of sweet, simple perfection. As you're ready, deepen your breath and slowly invite movement back into your body. Keeping in mind, you can take your time to close your practice. But if you'd like, we'll meet in an easy seat, returning to Lotus Mudra. This symbol of purity, the lotus in front of the heart. Pausing for a breath or two. I open myself to the good that exists in all things. And if you'd like to chant Om, let's draw our hands together, inhaling deeply to create this universal sound. Thank you for sharing your time and your practice. I hope you have a beautiful day.